but kind of left outside
alone. That you
alone.
like to talk and relate to the most.
Exactly.
We're not here.
I totally agree
And
with
Michelle
you.
and Tanya had their problems, so
I totally agree with you, and
you were like completely feeling like, what?
Exactly.
Am I in the same place?
And I knew I knew that the subject was going to be brought up, so I thought about it. And you're totally right, because when they left, before they left, I started having a lot of pressure on top. Like, it wasn't because they left, it was the fact that they left.
They are going to leave. The fact that they're going to leave, yeah.
No, and it was other things that were going on around me. So the fact that usually when these things go on, like when these things are going on, who do I talk to? One of both.
Of course.
Right? So the fact that they weren't here made it worse.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I'm the type who doesn't really talk about my feelings. I keep things to myself. I write a lot. I write a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
That's my therapy. So, but usually when they're here, I keep a bit to my papers and I write, and then some things I actually talk about. But the fact that they weren't here made me kind of just put everything in, and the fact that everyone else was going through their own things kind of made me feel like, wow, like I'm really on my own. Like I saw everything through a completely different perspective. Even when they came back, I told them that like I saw things that I never thought I'd see before.
Yeah, you even got very close to someone that you weren't close to.
Exactly.
Because you felt, because you know from the beginning she feels like she's a loner, and you felt the same way.
But the thing is, I saw what she sees.
Yeah.
I saw I saw how she feels. I saw everything.
That's gonna help you. That's gonna make you stronger when you come back.
Yeah, and
you have to understand. You have to understand how the chain, how the unity, and how your friendship here is one of the most important things you have in this academy.
But I'm gonna say one thing, and I don't want to make the story a bit bigger, but the one bad thing, or maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing, but it's not a very positive thing, is that I saw, because when you're concentrating on your time with someone, you're blinded by what goes on around you.
That's right.
So you don't see the bad things.
You saw yourself in other people's shoes, and you didn't like what you saw.
No, I saw myself in other people's eyes.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
I mean
you see how people see you.
You saw how people look at you.
You saw how people see you.
You saw how you look at them.
And you saw what people think about you.
Yes.
So sometimes it's good to be blinded. Like sometimes you feel like you don't see the good things, but you also don't see the bad things. So sometimes
these people came out of yourself and you
exactly
could see yourself, like I told you before. You remember when I told you to do that?
Yeah.
It happened to you in real life today.
So you see it with people who might not like you as much, who might not, who like you more.
So people more or less
exactly
for what they are.
Exactly.
Not their facade acting.
Exactly. Because you kind of have the time to look around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You kind of have the time to, like, you're doing nothing. So you're paying attention to this person's conversation, or how these people are acting, or what these people are saying. And when they don't think you're listening, and I'm writing songs, and I'm not an idiot at the same time, and I'm sitting down and I'm writing, but I'm the type of person who knows how to read through people very well. So that's one thing, but we can put it aside for now. The main thing is that this time for me is not as dramatic as the first time.
Normal.
Because it's not the first time, and second of all, because last time I was upset at myself because I knew that I went in and I did everything wrong. You know what I mean? This time it's the case that I was good, but I was weaker than everyone else.
What I told you? I told you, the most important thing is that when you get down into that eval, that you are completely convinced that you gave it all you've got.
Exactly.
And from then on, it doesn't make a difference if you win or lose. But you have to be 100% sure and convinced that you have done the best you possibly can.
Exactly.
And when you're like that, you're fine, and you leave with your head up high.
That's why this time I wasn't. And when I went down, the reasons for my nomination were not that I was not good. It's just that I was good, but people were better than me.
You changed a bit?
Yeah, like I went down, for example, bit by bit. The first teacher told me that she didn't nominate me.
Okay.
She didn't nominate me, which was good. Last time they all nominated me. She didn't nominate me, and she said that, for example, Madame Mary said that she didn't nominate me
because you were better.
Because I'm good, and I'm getting better from the moment I came here until now. I'm much better.
Of course.
But out of the 4 girls, I'm the weakest one, which doesn't mean I'm weak. It just means out of the strongest, I'm the weakest.
Yeah, but you know, again, we have to think about this. Are you really the weakest of the 4, or is it because, I mean, your voice and your style of singing is
different,
has a certain has certain limitations that we're reaching now.
Exactly. So
no one's weaker than anyone.
But yeah, but we're at a point now where we're all good.
That's right.
But they're gonna have to pick.
Exactly.
You know, they're just gonna have to pick the ones who are
more difficult for them.
Exactly.
I believe I would never want to be them now. It's getting more and more difficult every day.
And then, for example, my another teacher told me that he thinks I have so much to offer, but I'm just not doing it. Because in acting class, I had a problem with the language barrier, which I still think I have.
Yeah.
But he thinks that it's not just that. It's that I have so much in me, but I just don't go to the end. He's like, if you didn't have it in you, I would tell you that you don't have it in you, but you do have it in you.
I told you have a lot more. I've told you so
I
many
know.
times. Because the person I see on stage
It's completely different.
is not here.
That's another thing. Another thing is that, remember how last time I told you it's like I'm
Yeah.
schizophrenic?
Yeah, yeah.
That's,
We couldn't say that.
well,
but
it's
it
an
is somehow. It is
exaggeration, but
somehow.
it's like,
Yeah, but very good performers and international stars are very much like that. I've worked with so many of them, and I've trained a lot of famous people in my life. And they're so into themselves and so
to
weird,
themselves.
so timid in real life. But when they hit that stage, these people blow up. I was like, what?
Have
Is
you
that
ever-
the same person?
Have you ever heard of Beyonce and Sasha Fierce? How Beyonce has two names, her name and another one on stage.
جورجي بليز ممكن اخذ الصديحات بس عشان انزل الدرج؟
انت بتعرفي شو القصص.
عشان الدرج.
يلا 10 بوش اب يا حبيبي.
لا يا حبيبي لا يا
شو
حبيبي
بدك كمان؟
جورجي حبيبي
فوتي يلا 10 بوش اب. 10 بوش اب تقدر شو.
لا 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 سخت عليك يا جورج، ده احنا نعمل لك سيستا. اوه
ثانية عم تعمل لي 10 بوش ابس يلا.
احسن شيء هلا انه صديت 7 عم يشعروني.
يا حرام عليك لا تعملي هول الجاي يلا 10 بوش ابس يلا باي.
اختي عليك يا جورج، استنى بقى.
10 بوش ابس ويلا يلا.
اوكي
جود 10 بوش ابس.
لا يا جورجي قول مين
1
انت بتعملي ايه يا عليك؟
لا يا
مش دي مش
مجنونة.
دي
على كيفك.
مش دي واحنا بنعرف نعمل
برافو
دي.
عليكي. 1 زلي بعد زلي بعد 2 شو هيدا عم بيعطيكي قوة دراجون تبع برشا يلا. كم داون ايان زلي بعد ايان زلي 5 6 7 8 9 بس ما خلصوا آية صاروا 3 آية 3 كفي آية كفي يلا بليز.
Good luck لورا.
قطشتوا لنا التركيز تبعنا.
2
They ruined the moment.
آية ولا وحدة ولا زيرو.
آية جيبي معك
بعدك
جيب.
زيرو. بس ما هي بتعملي عنا.
لا يا جورج.
يا انت بتعملي عنا.
انا بعمل عنه انا بعمل.
لا،
لا لا يا
بتعمل
حبيبتي
هي،
لا يا
يلا.
حبيبتي
معقولة انت؟ يلا
حرام.
جو.
بتعرف ليه؟ لانه انا قلت
آية
له رح اجلس
انزلي
ايديه.
آية انزلي بعد.
انا بنزل
آية انزلي شدي حالك 1 اوكي 2 اوكي
عندي
3
عضلات مش
شدي
مش
حالك 4 ما عندي شك 5 6 7 منيح آية يلا الله معك.
يا سلام.
عملتي قبل شي 5 6 كمان صاروا شي 13.
ماشي وحياة ربنا ماشي لجننك يا جورج.
طلع لك السي دي او كمان طلعتي بلا سي دي.
يا سلام.
وينو السي دي؟
ماشي يا جورج
كله إليك.
هجننك يا جورج وحياة
الله
ربنا
معك.
من حصتك
يلا.
لجننك.
I like Vash. Vash comes in. I want my CD. He does it before he knows. He does much. I'm taking my CD. Yalla, bye. Go ahead.
Nothing. I was just telling you about. No.
No way.
La.
No way.
I was just telling you about Beyonce. Now she has a new name called Sasha Fierce. So when she goes on stage, they call her Sasha Fierce
Why is she doing this?
because she has a completely different personality.
And now she's doing acting. She's like her.
Yeah,
let me tell you
but-
something. Her. I'm not supposed to tell you, but she has a movie now. It's number 1 in America.
I see. I'm left out of everything when I'm locked here.
شو ذا؟
خلاص بقى امشي.
نسيت دي والله نسيت سوري.
شو هيدا؟ خلص خليهم كلهم خلصيني بقى.
وحياة ربنا حاضر.
يلا بقى باي. يا ربي. جو. أنا بعيط لكم.
No, I was telling you because of how different she is on stage, that she's a completely different person,
Yeah.
that they call her Sasha Fierce now. So, but the problem with me is that there's a difference between being
But Sasha
timid.
Fierce is not a nice name as Beyonce on stage. I think.
I know, but that's what they gave her.
She went wrong, very wrong.
But my problem is, I think there's a huge difference between being timid and being scared.
Yeah.
I'm both together. That's the problem, is that I go down shy and I go scared. You know what I mean? And I concentrate too much on what I'm going to do wrong, than think about what I can, what right things I can do when I'm down. That's the problem. But when I go on stage and I see millions of people, it gives me so much strength that I couldn't care less, because I know everything I'm going to do is just going to come right out of my heart.
Of course.
And even if I make a mistake, I know how to cover it up, because you don't pay attention to who's judging you. You know what I
Right.
mean? And the people who are there to watch you, even if they do judge you at the end, they come because they love you and because they want to
Yeah.
watch you. When you're sitting down in a room full of 6 people and each one, their job is to just judge everything you do.
Find a little small mistake. that you make.
Exactly. Like, my Achilles heel is my fear and my
Yeah,
lack
we
of
talked about
confidence in
this before.
myself.
But you will learn to overcome this, don't worry.
So yeah, like, that's why, to me, like, last time it took some time to open up and it took some time to realize what was wrong with me. This time it's simple and it's clear. You know what I mean? It's not...
You're comfortable this time.
Exactly. And just like last time you're like, don't cry over spilled milk, fine. I'm not going to cry over spilled milk, but next time I'm going to watch my step,
Definitely.
basically. So now it's more... Last time it was kind of a shock and everything. This time it's fine. It's just an eye-opener, which I think is good.
It'll be good if you know how to use it.
Yeah.
If
That's
you know
the
how to
challenge.
just explode on that stage, it'll be good. But if you come into the stage timid and not feeling very well, it's going to show.
But see, that's my problem, that on stage, like, no one has to worry about
You're gonna
me.
blow
It's
up.
over here that I worry about myself.
Yeah, me too.
Honestly.
Yeah, me too.
Like, on stage, just put me on stage, give me a song I don't know, and I'll find a way to deal with it.
Yeah.
But it's over here that it's over here
see
what
that.
I have to
I see that
overcome.
very much.
So yeah. So, but other than that, I'm good. Honestly. Like, I know how to deal with it this time. So yeah.
I agree with you. I told you exactly what I think this time affected you a lot, and it affected you, not your performance, but it did affect you as a person. And you
With
learn.
George, it opened my eyes like
You learn,
crazy.
exactly. Everything is an eye opener. You learn.
My problem is I like to keep myself in my own little bubble, so I don't see the wrong things around me.
But that's not a
That's
good way
not
to
a good way to do it.
That's
So
right.
this time, without meaning to,
Your bubble was bursted.
I was just thrown into everything,
your
and I
bubble
saw
was busted.
things.
There's
Well,
no more bubble.
exactly. So it was kind of good. So now, because I have a problem that things happen around me, and then people come to me, they're like, "Oh, didn't you realize this and this and this?"
I
And I'm
agree.
like, "No," because I can be sitting with you.
You're being blindsided constantly.
Exactly. I can be sitting with you. I can talk to you so normally. I can turn around. You can say whatever you want about me, and I'll go
Like
my
I
own
didn't even
way.
hear it, yeah.
Exactly. Because I don't like to pay attention to these things. I don't like to
You need
put
to
myself
pay
in
attention
these
a little bit more
positions.
to detail. It's very important because you learn every day from something new. I think the experience of the closest people to you to
Leaving.
leave was major.
It was.
Was major.
It was good though. Like,
It was impacty, but it's going to help you a lot.
and the good thing about it as well is that I like to sit down on my own and write. I love it, honestly. The fact that I got pushed to do it made me see things in a completely different perspective. Because for me, it's my therapy. Like, honestly, and it's literally my therapy
You were
because
much more nervous last week.
Last
See, I
time.
noticed things. Your hands, your eyes twitching, what you do, how you touch your face, how you touch your hair. Today you're very good.
I'm good.
That's what I look for. I look for things
And
to
I'm
see
happy that
how
I'm good.
nervous
That's
you are and how twitched you are.
exactly.
You're very good today. You're
But
very
the thing
natural.
is, I think the thing that's affecting my mood is that I'm happy that I'm okay. You know what I mean?
You
Like,
should be happy that you're okay, but you have to not forget that you might not be back here on Saturday.
I know.
And you need to go up on stage thinking about this. On Friday, when you get up on the stage, you need to think that you might not come back.
so I have to show everyone what I have.
When you use this, it gives you strength to come back. But if you're just not gonna think about it, I'm not gonna see you on Saturday. I'd like to see you Saturday morning. I
I'd
really
like to
would.
see you Saturday morning too.
I would like to see you on Saturday.
My dad is very proud of me because of your classes, by the way.
You're working well. I'm very proud of you.
Extremely proud, like crazy, like.
That's nice.
But yeah, like, I know, like, I'm thinking the way you're thinking. Just because I mentioned one part doesn't mean I don't think about the other part. That I know, like, for the past, how long have we been here? For the past 2 months, every time someone gets nominated, the one thing I say to them is prove to everyone on Friday that you're worth it and that you're worth coming back.
That's
and
right.
I said that to myself.
That's right. But like right now, even though everyone's back and all this and all that, if you feel like you need this hour to go sit and brainstorm, you know what brainstorm is?
Yeah.
I would go do it. I'd ask everyone, like, please give me, I need an hour or so, and go brainstorm. Go brainstorm and read what you've written and think what's coming up into your head and go from there.
That's what I'm planning.
Because